What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, man, we're going to be going over everything so far they've released of Season 5. As you guys can see, I do have Rhea Ripley, nicknamed Mammy, which is something she kind of has been named by the WWE community. So we're going to kind of go over everything. I've put probably about 20 hours into the season so far. Have both guns Interstellar, both guns Borealis, both guns One Trick. And both guns almost. Obsidian, I think the STG I'm about halfway done, and the new SMG I'm about over halfway done. I should be done that in the next couple of hours. But let's go over everything in the Battle Pass, and then we'll go over everything else beyond this point. So how we usually do Battle Passes here on the channel, if you're new, is basically we talk about the cool things, and I just do a quick run through of everything else. So we're gonna look at the skins. We're gonna look at for the operators. We're gonna look at the skins for the guns, and we're gonna look at if there's anything special in them. But if we're looking at like calling cards and emblems and stuff, stickers, we're not gonna look at that stuff. We're just gonna skip past it. But if you want to see that, I'm gonna be swiping through each card, so you just have to pause and look at the screen. But anyway, let's hop right into it with Tier 1. Now, Tier 1's pretty good off rip. This skin right here, the Knight's End Black Cell skin for Bantam, is pretty cool. It kind of gives me like a Greek vibe, like ancient Greece type of vibe. Like if you see like ancient Greece or ancient Egyptian stuff in games or movies, you'll find a lot of times you'll see like there'll be parties that will have like cool masks, and I kind of feel like this is kind of going for that as well. One thing I don't like is the fact that this mask is gray for being black cell. Meanwhile, the default is gold. I find that very interesting. I mean, unless it's a bronze, it could be bronze 2. Bronze can kind of look gold sometimes, but overall, pretty well. Then we have the Flamma for the tier. Pretty solid overall, not too bad. We also have 3 blue rarity unlock tools or ether tools, sorry, for the zombies to get blue rarity. I'm liking that now they're giving us more, and I'm liking now that they're showing more going forward, because I originally only give like 1 item of each. Not really the best. We got level 2, which we have nothing weapon-wise until the actual final reward, which is this AK variant called the Lacarius. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, let me know down below. One thing that's really dope too, it's hard to tell, but you can see the WWE's one of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in the background, which I think is pretty cool. Kind of wish this could have been wish this would have been a melee weapon. I thought that would be pretty cool, but we didn't get it. But anyway, that is in the background. I took notice too. That was sent out to some creators as well. And then we obviously have the Black Cell version, which again looks super sick. I really like the vibe of the Black Cell this season. It's very basic. There's just a lot of moving parts this time around instead of just the stripping effect like we had before. And some, as we'll see going forward, there'll be some that are really, really dope. I think this is one of the lesser dope ones. But I do appreciate the fact that the barrels where the most of the moving stuff is, so you can actually see it in game. But overall, pretty solid. Then we have, again, nothing special in these 4 categories. The final category, we have the shotgun for the Spaz 12 variant called Carpophorus. And then we have the Black Cell version as well. And again, you can see kind of that same pattern moving in the front and in the back. It's not moving. Again, I am appreciative that they did this time around, because a lot of times what happens with these Black Cells is either the movement's tied to the barrel itself, and so when you change the barrel, you like lose it, or it's like all over the gun and you can barely see it. So I'm liking that these look to be I can't tell if they're attachment based, but they are at least from the get-go in the front focused, so that you can actually see them in game. Oh, we went too far. So the next thing we have is the Crixius, which is a blueprint for the DG58 LSW LMG. We have 100 COD points in this sector. And then we have a skin for Bylane called Lockadora Black Cell, which is pretty sick. Again, it's pretty very, very simple. It's going for that WWE-ish, AEW type of style of wrestling skin. Then we obviously have the regular. I actually think the regular in this case looks kind of better. I like the way the red and the gold, or yellow, kind of works together. I think it looks good. And then we have, again, the next sector, we have COD points. And that's it for that. And we have the skin for that sector, which is the Trophy King Black Sill. This is for Enigma, and I think this is really dope. They're kind of going for that ninja, like Vietnam style skin, where it's like a mix between a ninja but also like a warrior that's in the woods, or a jungle fighting or something. Very sick. And then obviously we have the Black Sill version. It's funny that I took those references because it has a Canadian patch on it, which is, I think, kind of funny that I made that reference. I mean, the Canadians are pretty deadly force, especially during World War One. But it's just ironic that I made the Asian Chinese reference, the way they have the skin made. But yeah, that's the skin for Enigma. Again, nothing special in these. Then we have obviously the new SMG, the Static HV. We're going to go into more information about this in a little bit, so stay tuned. Then we have nothing again, and we have obviously the new STG 44. Again, going to go into detail again in here in a few minutes, so stay tuned. Then the next tier, we don't have anything special, so then we have the sword. Once you get to the sword, though, I think you're probably going to enjoy this. There's a lot more melee weapons in this season that have blueprints, which is odd, but I fuck with it. Actually, you'll see later in this Battle Pass review, we'll have a Sledgehammer that has tracers, and now this also has tracers with the sword. And this might be my favorite melee weapon skin probably ever. like a blueprint or a skin over a reskin of the melee weapon. This is by far my favorite. I love the way that the golden smoke comes off it. I love how like the middle looks like it's glowing. I love the movement. I have yet to use this in game because I haven't unlocked this blueprint quite yet. But I'm going forward. I'm definitely going to probably using this as any. I'm probably going to have a specific shield counter cast that will run this. So hopefully I'll get some gameplay for you guys going forward. Then obviously we have the default version as well, which is alright. But that Black Cell is just amazing. Then we have the next tier. We have the Bestiarius, which is for the Ram 7. Honestly, not a bad variant. I think it looks really sick, especially if you're someone who doesn't have camos, and you're just wanting to run base blueprints. This actually looks really dope. The way it looks like a confetti, or like a paintball gun almost. Looks like something like paintball if you like shot your gun paintballs. We also have 2 Pack Punch. I believe these are the Pack Punch 3 crystals. And then we have the finishing move, the chair, which I wish I could show you guys gameplay of this without having to go into a game and actually getting gameplay. I wish I could show the preview, but basically, if you watch WWE, what happens a lot of times throughout WWE's history is you'll have people grab metal chairs and they'll beat their opponent with them. Well, they basically do the same thing in this finishing move. It's very dope. I had someone do this to me earlier, and it was a very sick finisher as well. Then we have the next sector. We have the Proavactor, which is a blueprint for the Car 98K. Again, pretty fire blueprint in my opinion. I don't really use the Car 98 much anymore because I'm not a beta male, but it's very dope blueprint. I like the red on it. It looks very clean. It's very shiny. So good. We also have 100 COD points. Then we have a Captain Price skin. I am happy that we are not getting, we didn't get a Ghost skin this season because Ghost has like 50 skins, but Captain Price is also the other character that has a lot of skins, so I was hoping they would do something different for one of the characters that doesn't really have a lot of skins, because there's plenty of operators that only have like 1 or 2 skins. But anyway, here's the base version of the Homecoming skin for Captain Price, and then we have, which has like the UK flag on the front and back, which I think is pretty sick, especially if you're someone who's into like you're from Britain or something and you're really proud of your country. I think this is a dope skin for you. Then we have the Black Cell version, which basically just turns the British flag from the blue-red font that it was. I don't know why I went to the left. This like blue and red and white font, and it changes it into a yellow and white font. So that's a pretty dope looking skin, but I think if you're going for authenticity, if you're going for your just showcase that you're a British person or whatever, I think that this British color, the normal British color, would be probably better for you. But the Black Cell doesn't look terrible. We're gonna see some of the muscles though. You know, Captain Price is cooking, man. Captain Price is cooking. We'll put it that way, bro. Alright, going on, we have the Thrax blueprint for the Renetti. Again, this has the same font as that Ram 7 we just seen. where it's like a paintball effect. Again, super sick. I think it's a really nice, unique base skin. It doesn't feel crazy. And sometimes you don't have to be crazy. Sometimes you can be very bland. I think they do these two skins very, very well. Then we have the Black Cell skin for Hammer called the Knight's Resolve. Now this is a sick one. I think this is really sick. I think this is one of the more unique ones. We got the little feathers on the top. And instead of being just gold and black, it's like a yellowish gold with the black, with an actual design. And if you actually pay attention to these skins, I don't know how much the video will pick up on this, but if you open the game yourself and look at the skins, you can actually, if you look really carefully, all the skins have like reactive moving parts. Like for example, this one there's like a foggy gun smoke type of movement in the back. So that's something to take notice too, is like these all are moving. They're not just certain ones are moving, they're all moving. Some just more aggressive than others. And then we obviously have the default version, which again looks sick with the red flowers. This is one of those skins that are super dope, but if you're someone who's going to be playing Warzone, probably not the best thing. You're going to stick out like a bright red sore thumb. Next thing we have in this next sector is a ray gun case. Why we keep getting ray gun cases, I don't know, because it's one of the worst guns for wonder weapon wise in this game. Literally the Scorcher and the other two Wonder Weapons, the VR11 and the Wonder Waff, all three of those are amazing compared to this. I don't know why we keep getting. I wish they would give us like a Scorcher case or something, but it is what it is. If you like the ray gun, they're giving out a bunch of cases this season. We also have the free kick finishing move as well. This is like a Spartan kick, I think. I haven't seen gameplay of it. Don't have it on my character currently, but from my information, this is basically just a Spartan kick finisher. And we have the Perma Luris for the Lockwood 680. This has the same design as the R&D skin, but what's really cool about this one, and I might have to get a gameplay for this in another video, is this actually has a classic diamond camo on it. If you take notice, those white parts, the silvery parts, that's actually like a classic diamond camo, and I think that's super dope that they added diamond camo this way. I really hope that Season 6 we see a diamond camo brought back like Black Ops 2 or 4 diamond, or Enforcer's diamond brought back as the seasonal camo, but you know, for right now, this is sick, and I'm surprised we haven't seen more diamond-based designs on the guns. But if you're looking for one that's for the 680, you got it this season. Going on, we have another little charm here. We don't get very many charms this season, so I'll showcase ones that we do get. I mean, a sledgehammer. This one's kind of cool. It kind of looks like it's one that's been in the oven for a while. It's got that little orangeness on the bottom, which is pretty sick, but nothing crazy. Then we have 200 CP on this sector. Next sector we have is the Benign, but I don't know if it's benign or like if it's just spelt weird, but Benign Hero, the WSP Stinger handgun variant. Again, going like the Renetti, it's like the Ram 7. It is basically just a paintball version of a gun. So very cool, very sick. But the biggest one for this sector is going to be this Bass P variant. So we have obviously the paintball version. Again, really dig this. I don't know why they're going with this design for all the base guns in this battle pass, but I fuck with it a lot. I really do, and I think it's really, really sick. But the biggest thing, the biggest thing in this sector is this Black Cell Bass P variant. Now the Bass P has been something that's been giving a lot of love this season, and not just this season, but other seasons as well. The last pretty much 4 seasons of the game have all had amazing Bass P variants for the Black Cell. I'm very surprised because actually I think the MCW, which is what you would assume would be the most used black gun for Black Cell, only has I think 1 or 2 variants in the Black Cell. Bass P's had way more. I think it's either 4 or 5. I don't remember if that first season if we got one for the Bass P, but I know seasons 2, 3, and 4, and now this season did. And they've all looked good, but this one looks extremely good just for the pure fact of the design. And this is something I want to play around with the different mastery camos. The prestige camos usually cover everything, so they're probably not going to look that great. They won't make a difference for this. But those mastery camos like gold, priceless, priceless, gold, plat, and interstellar, and then obviously borealis, serpentite, and the rest of the camos from zombies as well. So again, super sick. I'm leaving that in. This variant alone almost makes up for anything getting the remotely trash in this battle pass. This variant is so sick. And there's a couple other ones that are in here. I think there's a cat variant that's the same way. Those just look so sick. Just wish it wasn't for the cat. But going forward, let's see what we got next. Next, we have 100 COD points. This is actually the tier that I'm working on, I think, right now, which is for the cat. But so we got the 100 COD points. We have 2 Shatter Blast mods for zombies. Again, kind of trigger they give a Shatter Blast, since it's something that we never use, ever. Like, there's like 3 guns in the entire game for camos. You need it. You don't need it for any missions. It's just kind of like dumb. That's the one we got. Then we have the default for the cat, which is called the Cassius or Castus. It's awful. It's bad. Like this default got done dirty. But the Black Cell, super sick Black Cell variant. I really like how it's like a dirty metal in the back, but it's like this shiny moving metal in the front. I think it looks super sick, and I think that is the default scope. So finally getting a variant, a different version of the default scope, because I don't think we have any yet. But it could be also the Card and Day scope, because it does kind of look like the card scope a little bit. But yeah, let's go on to the next one. So the next one we have is the Merciful Downfall blueprint for the Striker. Overall, pretty good. I would say, I don't know if this is better than the other 2 red ones. I wouldn't say no. I will say it's better for the pure fact it's a gun that I actually use, but it is not as good just simply because that diamond's not as bright. It's a very dark diamond in comparison to like the shotgun or something. We also get 100 COD points as well in this battle pass. We get this dope Black Cell skin for Aris, whatever you pronounce his name. Pretty basic, nothing crazy. I do like that it's kind of like a fur coat. Kind of fits, I guess, the vibe, I think, of his character. I think he's characters from like the colder climate. And then we obviously have a gray version of that as well, with the red, I think it's supposed to be a red backpack or something, or a red sling or whatever that's on his side, which looks pretty sick. Nothing crazy. He's probably the weakest skin, in my opinion, in the entire battle pass, which is unfortunate. Next up, we have 100 COD points in this sector, and then we obviously have the variants for the new SMG, the Sculptor Aptitude, again, paintball version, pretty sick. Then we have the Black Cell. This Black Cell version is really sick. The only thing that sucks is I can tell you right now, this is going to be a variant where you're going to lose a lot of that Black Cell-ness once you take off that barrel, because I believe that's just in the integrated suppressor barrel, and unfortunately that's not the best barrel in the game for this gun, so you're probably going to lose a lot of that, which sucks. So there is a bunch of, and we can take notice to it if you've been paying attention to the variants, there's a ton of guns that are using the AW scope that they brought back, the red dot. So we should be seeing a huge increase in different variations of that scope going forward. Next up, we have the KV inhibitor variant called Luminous Dread. Now this is dope. I like this one a lot, and I just think that, again, don't have to go crazy. This is proof that you can do good guns that are crazy, but you also don't have to. Because that diamond looks sick, the black looks sick, it's like a black diamond on top. We have the red and the blue mixture, the scope looks super dope, the suppressor looks sick, and this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Whoever's designing these guns, give them a raise. Alright, they know what they're doing. And probably one of the most hyped up skins for a lot of my friends right now is the Samurai's camo for the Jet character. I'm really surprised this is not for the actual samurai skin based character. There's this character that's has like 10 samurai skins. Very surprised they didn't do that for this guy, but you know, Jet needed some cool skins, so Jet got some cool skins. The Black Cell one's my personal favorite. I just love the gold mask, and with the movement. But obviously, if you're going for someone who wants to be more realistic, obviously this one would be very dope as well. I think this is one of my favorites. It's a top like 3 or 4 for this Black Cell this season. And I found myself might be using this a lot more going forward. Next year, we may not talk about the DLCs this video, because this is already going a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. So if I don't do the DLCs this video, I will be doing a video right after this. It'll be up the same night. That'll be going over the new weapons. But depending on time-wise, we should be able to talk about them without. I don't want to go too long. But anyway, next sector is the 100 COD points as well. Then we have the STG variants. Default variant for the STG. This wouldn't be bad if it wasn't for the attachments they chose. Like the stock's ugly, that optics trash, that hand grip's trash, and the drum mag's trash. But if it was just that camo they have built over it with like the normal attachments, I think it would be pretty cool. The Black Sail version, again, has the same problems, really bad attachments that make it look fucked up. Once I unlock the Black Sail version, I'm going to build a build with it, and we'll see what it looks like eventually, but as of right now, the attachments they have on it made it look trash. Absolutely dog water. Alright, absolutely dog water. Then we have another sniper, a variant for the XRK Stalker, which has the Grand Assault variant, or Grand Assaillant variant. Again, very sick, very clean, very basic. That's not going crazy, and it has that diamond pattern. I actually want to do a test at some point down the line and test these variants out with the plat camo, because platinum really is just diamond, but not as bright, and obviously doesn't have the diamond shapes. So I wonder if these diamond patterns will mix really well with the plat, and we'll actually get like a modern version of diamond in this game. So we'll have to test that out at some point. Very dope variant. Again, basic, but it works really well. In this one, you also get 3 of the purple upgrades for zombies as well. So pretty dope. And then we also get 200 COD points this sector as well. Alright, and then the last sector, I feel like it didn't show. I feel like there's more than 20 sectors, but we'll check here in a second. But you get 300 COD points. You get a new finishing move called the Power Bomb, which is kind of like if you've ever watched WWE, a lot of WWE stars do this, where they pick you up and they put you on their top of their body, and then they slam down. Again, just another WWE wrestling move. Very sick. We have the variant for the MCW. MCW only, if I'm looking at this right, only got one variant this season, which is shocking, and to say the least. But, and again, it's not even a good blueprint either. They did this gun dirty. And then we obviously have the Black Sail skin for Valeria. Pretty dope. I really hate how they keep doing the same style of skins for Valeria. I'm going to point this out here in a second. I'm going to show you guys the skins that she has. A lot of them are the same patterns, same designs, and I really hate that. There's so much she could be used for. Like, she has such great character features, and just so many great things about her they could really go crazy with, but they just keep doing the same patterns. Here's a default. I like the red and the black. Again, not a fan of the mask. Not a fan of that mask, dude. Mask. The rose, okay, that's fire. The guitar, fire. The mask, nah. Take the mask out, man. Just go away with that. Then we got the default skin for Max Battle Pass for our girl Rhea Ripley. Pretty fire overall. Again, I'm really liking. I'm so thankful to them for actually doing WWE outfits and not milsim outfits. I appreciate that. It just makes it seem more legit. And again, the purple, black, dark emo theme works really well. I like that her eyeshadow and that matches. That's dope. Dope little touch. The Black Sail though, Black Sail kind of goes hard. The gold black with the chains. I don't think the regular hat. Okay, the regular does have the chains. But yeah, overall super sick. Again, it's very similar to the Tier 100 skin for the regular one, not the Black Sail. So again, this game has a similar problem where they like to make the Tier 100 skins pretty much identical, just change the colors, which is fine if it's a normal sector, but I really would like to see them do something insanely different for the Black Sail and the regular 100. But overall, still a dope skin. Kind of wish that her eyeshadow would match with the outfit. I think that would just add a cool touch. I know some people might not care, but it would make it look more clean if everything in this character matched. But I think for some reason, I don't know if I showed this off. I don't think so. But I think everything else was shown off. So I'll show this off real quick. Oh, and it's the Black Sail one, for some reason, it was not also shown off as well. So, obviously, the Black Sail gives you 2 additional tiers right off the bat. They're basically quick starts. You obviously get a 10% boost. You get another WWE finisher. This is kind of like a body slam. They call it the Riptide. Then we have a variant for the new SMG. It's basically a default variant. It's called the Prism Trap. Oh, that's not for the new SMG. I'm sorry. This is for the FJX Horus. Still looks very similar. But again, very sick. I actually really like the purple. It's like a purple violet color, which is super sick. You obviously have this default Valeria skin. Then you have the Black Cell version. Now this is okay. This is fire. I fuck with this. Again, the problem is they're doing too much with the face. I feel like it's the same design, same concept for the face. Not a fan of that. Some people might be. For me, I feel like when I start seeing the same thing over and over again with one character, I start to get a little heated, a little salty. But here's the defaults, the Black Cell skin for Ripley. This is the non-tier 100, obviously, but this one's pretty fire. This one I've been using, but her default one right here, this is still pretty fire. I just think the Black Cell just has a nicer touch to it. We go up here to the Black Cell operator. I forgot this is the reason they don't show these when you're going through normally is because they're not technically sectors. They're instant unlocks. But we have the Judge, Jury, and Finisher, which is another. I think this is another WWE finisher, or this might just be a new concept one. I think this is supposed to be tied to specifically this character, so maybe not a WWE finisher. I'm not 100% sure on that. But we also have 1,100 COD points. You get this for purchasing the Black Cell. This is the legit Black Cell items. So this is the main items you will get when you purchase the Black Cell. Obviously, you get everything else as well, but you also get a Super E 46 variant. Now, this is probably my favorite blueprint in the game for right now for this Black Cell in this season. I just wish it wasn't for the Super E, dude. Oh god, I wish it wasn't for the Super E, but it looks so sick. The suppressor is super dope. One thing I really like about the suppressor, if you actually look at it, you're actually seeing a sledgehammer, the Black Cell sledgehammer, which I'm going to show here in a second. You also get that sword that we saw earlier, the Black Cell sword. You can also see that. But you're also seeing a Black Cell version of the spear, which is really super dope. Again, it's such a little touch seeing those three things going around the suppressor. But I think it adds just a nice touch to it, and then when you take notice to it, I think it just adds a little bit of specialness to it. And then obviously we have the sledgehammer blueprint. One thing quick note, by the way, about this spear. The spear is coming in mid-season, but that is a Black Cell skin over it, which has me interested to see if they're going to drop a Black Cell skin in mid-season for Black Cell owners. They've never done that before. But it feels kind of odd they're showing the Black Cell spear in this little like animation, which means it's probably in the game. So it could just be something, an asset they just used for this, but who knows. Anyway, here's the sledgehammer Black Cell. Again, super sick. If you're a sludgy person, then you're gonna love the sledgehammer. It's called the Malice, which I think is dope. But I think the sword's going to be just better. One reason I say that is because the sword can hit through shields, plus the sledgehammer was recently nerfed. I think it's made its speed, which it hits slower. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And then obviously you have the Black Cell character as well. And again, this is reactive. If you can see there, it changes. I think it changes the more kills you get. So super sick. But that is the battle pass for Season 5 right now. We have the classic, the classified sector coming here in 26 days, which means in 26 days time we'll have the mid-season update. So in 26 days we will have the the spear and the compound bow. So that's coming soon. 5 days we have a new event coming. Currently we have triple XP everything, or triple double XP everything. So let's go over the new weapons, since I think we're running good on time. For 26 minutes, we're just going to go over the new weapons here real quick for you guys. First one we're going to go over is the STG. This is the best STG class at the current moment. I'm still playing with it, so if it has a little weaknesses on some areas, just bear with me as I work with this class. I'll have a full class get up guide here in a couple days once I get really comfortable with it. The only thing that I would probably change with this is probably, if you want, run the forget it, bro. Run this barrel that you're looking at on the screen over this one. The only reason I like this one so far is just because that damage output, that and velocity increase. This gun really struggles with velocity, so if you're trying to build a gun with build this, you're gonna find that velocity is a necessary thing, which is why I'm running the ammo type that I'm running. But without further ado, let's showcase what the camos look like on it. So here are the 4 base. This one glows in the dark, which is pretty dope. We have gold, plat, priceless, interstellar, and the 4 default for zombies. I think this one glows as well. Gold, zircon, serpenite, borealis. We have currently one trick on what this looks like. About halfway done with this, but this is obsidian and mercury, which is going to have a video on its own, because this mercury is awesome, dude. I think they nailed mercury, but this is what mercury looks like on the STG as well. Super sick and very cool. By the way, we're also at 1,019 camos. So if you have all the default in the game, you're looking at about, I think it's 900 camos total for if just base camos, and about 150 or so camos, 110 camos that are not specifically attached to weapons specifically. Like, for example, like here I got a 50 event camos, so that's obviously, you gotta deduct that from the 1,000 to get a closer idea of how many default. But we're inching closer to that 1,100 area. I'm assuming we'll be around at about 1050 or so for camos in this game when we end it, at the end of its life cycle in Season 6, because of all the events and stuff. But that's the new STG, the build that I'm running with it. Again, here it is. You could run a drum with it if you want, but I prefer the 40. I think that speed that the 40 gives you over the drum is just needed. Let's go over to the new SMG. This is the build that I'm running with the STG, not STG, the new SMG, the static HV. This is what I'm running with it. Again, build in work in progress. But I feel like this is kind of my stationary build now. I don't feel like I'm been changing it too much from here. Maybe adding an optic or something, getting the recoil attachment or something. But this is pretty basic. And this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the variant, or this is the attachment I believe that was on the Black Cell version. It might be this, but I'm pretty sure it looks flatter, so I'm pretty sure it's the suppressed barrel, which is not good for damage or for recoil. It's 100% gun recoil kick, which is gross. It's just really gross. Okay, let's go over the camos as well. So here's the 4 defaults. We have gold, plat, priceless, interstellar. 4 defaults for zombies. Then gold, zircon, serpenite, and borealis. Then we have for the weapon prestige camos, we have one trick. We have obsidian, which I should have for the next 2 games or so. And then what the new camo mercury will look like over top of that. So again, very dope. I think it's awesome that they did what they did with mercury. And I can't wait to get a video showcasing mercury in-game once I unlock it. So again, that's the build. Those are the new weapons. There is also some other things to note. The stun grenades we seem to have gotten a new variant for the stun grenade if you have Black Cell. Unless I got this last season, but I don't think so. I feel like I would have noticed. I only realized it this season, so I think this is new. We also got a new tactical called the EMP grenade. We had the EMD before, but now we actually have an EMP grenade, which is super dope. They buffed and changed a lot of the vest. I'll be going over those in their own separate videos. Same with perks. They've adjusted some of the perks and stuff, and I'll go over those in a future video as well. Let's see, anything else? Oh, they added the new weeklies. I'll showcase the weeklies real quick for you guys. Here's week 4 multiplayer, week 1 for zombies, week 1 for BR. Here is the new camo for the week 8 challenge. Very sick looking. Nothing crazy, not as crazy as the last couple of events we've had, but it's still pretty good overall. The new armory unlocks, so they've added a bunch of new armory unlocks. You can see here. Basically, just a really good long grind if you want to grind for the emblems and calling cards. There's no new attachments in here other than that EMP grenade. But they just added, I think they added 30 emblems and calling cards. These basically, from what I understand, are just leftover assets that they had, that they decided to just let everyone go and get. So that's pretty dope. There's some really good ones in here, like this calling card, Fractal Funk. That shit looks kind of sick. And there's obviously some other ones. There's another one over here. There's a dog in it. So super dope. If that's something you're interested in. Like I said, there's 30 something of them, so there's a bunch in here as well. Here is the new season challenges. I'll kind of just let you look at them. There's about 1,000 level 1,050 is the final level in here. So pretty basic stuff. Um, we're just gonna fly through. There's just a lot of calling cards in here. But these are the events. There's no moving calling cards this season. Again, season 1's the only one that we got a moving calling card. The rest of these seasons have had no moving calling cards. Just a little bit of a letdown, but it is what it is. And then obviously we have the new Warzone rewards. I'm very happy to announce they are letting us still grind Season 4 rewards, so that's very dope. But here's every camo looks like from the new Warzone season. This kind of looks like a dry magma almost. It's like iron ore, but it looks like a dry magma. Then there's this one. Then there's all speed, if it ever loads, there it is. And then the third one, which is this Decipher, which is really sick. This might be the one camo I might grind for going in. And then if you get all 4, you get this right here, which is a variant of the Bruin MK9. So very sick, indeed. Then we have Season 4s. If you have missed that, that's what these are still available. Then Champion's Quest is still up. I thought these were supposed to change, but I guess not. I thought they changed every season, unless I'm tweaking out. Okay, no, yeah, they did change. Yesterday when I loaded up the game, they were still the same. This is actually, I think this is a much better nuke skin than they did last season. I don't go for the Warzone nukes, but if you do, here's a cool camo for you to get. And then obviously there's new skin for Cortac, for Enigma. Pretty basic. I don't really know anyone that actually uses those calling card, those nuke skins, but if you do, there you go. What else? There's a new blueprint for the STG in the store. If we go here to this Splendor right here for 2,800 COD points, pretty sick. Nothing crazy. I'm going to show you guys really quick I don't know what guns do I have unlocked. I want to showcase you guys the new finish, we use the AK, the new finishing, I can't think of the word, but the death effect. That's what I'm looking for. Death effect for the new season. So let me just pull this up for you guys real quick. Should be this one, right? Yes, it is. So I'll hop in, and you can see here what this looks like. So kind of got like little triangle tracers. And you can see here, I don't know if the death effects work in shooting range. What do they like? They like go into, I think it's in the preview as well. Let's go to the preview and look, because I think I'd have to go into game to actually showcase them for you guys. But it has a divine enforcement dismemberment. Basically, from what I've noticed, I haven't really used much of the black cell variants in this game this season so far, but they do look like a smoke type of it's like a mixture of a smoky, gassy dismemberment effect with the melty bones from the one blast that we had recently. I think it was like season 3, I think. So pretty dope. Again, the tracers and whatever are not the craziest thing in the game that we've had so far, but still pretty dope. We have a new event coming here in 5 days. I believe that's a SummerSlam event. That's going to bring a new free operator as well. But other than that, that's it. Obviously, there's the new maps as well, if you haven't seen them already, but I'm sure most of you guys have. You have Bait, and you have Yard. You have a new game mode called COD Warrior. This is like a 3 teams face off in quick, fast-paced games. And each round is a new mini game, so pretty sick. I haven't really played it that much, but if you are into that, there's that as well. Other than that, that is pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, as you already know. I think this is a pretty good season so far. It's very early in to say. I can show you guys this too while I'm talking at the end here. These are the 4 icons for this season. I'm obviously level 902 right now, so I got about 148 levels until I get to max rank. We should get that probably done this weekend, maybe next week, with the double XP. So not too bad. This is the variant. I will showcase that soon once I unlock it. but it looks to be very, very similar to last season's. Instead of green, it's just gray, so not much different. But anyways, that is it for this season so far. Anything new comes out, any new updates, I will let y'all know going forward. But I love you guys, you're one of a kind, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.